the nuts and bolts of Whois data. Access to big Whois data is a gold mine to anyone intending to market via LinkedIn. So in this part, I'm going to talk on how to download Whois data, how to clean Whois data, add value to it, and we'll look at some few case studies of how I use them to grow LinkedIn connections. Now, in the previous recording, I said you can search for 678linkedin.com on any Whois query. You will have the full data of the owner. In this case, I'm the owner. But what if we want to have 100,000 records of owners of domain names? It is not going to be like this. You will get them in form of a spreadsheet. But the same types of record, individual record, all of this will be a record, or will be in the horizontal. We will look into the spreadsheet later. And the column will be cases. The problem is not in getting holds of records. Traditional problems of cleaning is there. And of course, fear of usage. People always fear, if I use big record, I'm going to be arrested, or I'm going to be branded as spammer. Of course, yes, if you don't clean the data. So we have issues of how do you source big data? How do you handle volumes? How do you clean them, validating and adding value to it? You have to learn it, just it's part of what we are going to be teaching you. So this is how it looks like. You can see it's really raw. It's really raw. We don't need all of these records. You will learn how to remove the irrelevant ones and stick to the relevant ones. I have covered everything in the training. You will be given samples of Whois data, irrespective of your package. I think if you order the $47 package, you will have access to few data in order for you to practice how to clean the data and make it ready. We have 50K ready to use UK and South African Whois record. This is just for your practice. Of course, you will have access to, I think, around 3.5 million. You will have to learn how to clean yourself. So you will gain skills and ability to clean big data by just taking the course. Like I said, Whois data, unlike any other purchase list or record, allows you to have total control and be discreet with where you want to build your LinkedIn connections from. Geographic areas narrowed down to country, state, even zip code, or even telephone number and fax. So if you want your connections only to be from local business, you will be able to define the geographic area where you want your connections to come from. You prepare the list before you upload them. So this is a big secret. Even top LinkedIn marketing experts don't know anything about this. So you don't need to use Sales Navigator or any other third-party data vendors to start establishing your connections on LinkedIn. You already predefine where you want people to, or where you want your connections to come from, which country, which state, and which zip codes, and so on. So at the end of the day, when you finish cleaning, this is how your cleaned Excel sheet will look like. Name of the person who owns the domain name, the company, the country, the address, city, state, zip code, and of course their emails and their telephone number. You can use this information for your Facebook audience marketing, for your LinkedIn audience marketing. So if you want to use Facebook, for example, you can prepare areas where you want to target with their telephone numbers, everything in it, and upload them to your Facebook for advertising. So when you pay $47 to acquire this knowledge, it is worth more than the value I'm giving to you is worth more than $47. So you go ahead and order yours right now and learn how to clean data. Data cleaning is involved. Yeah, I've already explained that. Why it is better to use the original raw WHOIS data. It must be mentioned that users should be prepared to clean data themselves. WHOIS data is raw. It involves data scrubbing, cleaning, and validation. I've already explained this. The reason is for us to remove bad records, bad email, honeypots, and so on. We clean data in order to remove bad records. I'm emphasizing this. There are some records which we regarded, or some bad records that people have introduced into WHOIS data purposely. We call them poison. They are like spam traps. They are dormant accounts. Some are both accounts. Some are role accounts. I will be explaining the meaning of all of this. Some accounts may be having typo error in their domain names or in their email. So such bad records, when you upload them for marketing, it will damage your reputation. So it is better to remove those bad records from your customer list before uploading to LinkedIn or for any type of bulk email marketing. It is also advisable, if you don't have any connection, anyone in your connections, don't just upload lists and start inviting them. Try to build your account, your connection, your LinkedIn connection to about 100, 200, 500 before you start using database to invite people. I will also talk about this, or you will also read about this inside the book, and you will learn more inside the membership area. So using LinkedIn to validate WHOIS records. This is a bit technical, but you will learn what I'm trying to say here inside the ebook and your membership area. You will learn how I carry out market segmentation or profiling of people in my connections once I have a sizable number of people from WHOIS record to upload to LinkedIn. Okay, this is a funnel we built originally. We need huge data. We use LinkedIn to match the data. In a way, I use LinkedIn to validate whether WHOIS record is still working. So not all domain owners are still maintaining their accounts. Some accounts are dormant. So when we upload the data to LinkedIn, LinkedIn will check whether those accounts are dead. I will show you how it is done. If they are still active, we will select them as people we want to connect with. This is what happened when we bring two records together. I have described all of this inside my ebook, so get the hold of the ebook. The record you upload, say for example, WHOIS record you prepare the WHOIS record, assuming you remove all the bad mails and so on. They are records of people. They are people. They contain people's email address and contact. So we will move them, we will merge them, we will upload them to LinkedIn so that LinkedIn can merge it with its own record. So LinkedIn will check whether people on my list are on LinkedIn. If they are on LinkedIn, it will create a new record for me to see. It will create a new record from the file I uploaded. It will tell me these people are on LinkedIn. It validated them that they are on LinkedIn. Do I want to connect with them? I will say yes, I want to connect with them. And it will automatically add them to my connections and send invitation to them to connect with me. This is one of the loopholes I will be talking about in my future video. So in this particular example, matching and joining flat file with LinkedIn database is followed by invitation to connect with me. This is a loophole I'm talking about. LinkedIn will send them invitation. In that invitation to connect with me, I will point them to my conversational chatbot. So I already pre-framed them. So this method allows anyone to build verified B2B contact lists from 30,000 to 300,000 emails in any niche market of one's choice. If you are going to be running LinkedIn advertising, they allows you to upload up to 300,000 emails, and they will ask you to target them. If all the 300,000 emails are on LinkedIn, you can be rest assured that 0.44% of them will be active on LinkedIn, and they will see your advertisement. Which means if you pre-frame them to a conversational chatbot, about 0.44% of these will see your advertisement. They are likely to be interested. So the next question will be, is it illegal to upload contacts of people you don't know? No, it is not illegal. You can see LinkedIn allows you to upload up to 30,000. So to upload a list of emails, LinkedIn allows at least 10,000 contacts, so a maximum of 30,000. These people don't need to be in your connections, this 300,000, because you want to target them for advertising. They don't need to be in your connections, like a Facebook audience targeting. You can as well upload these people to your Facebook account and target them for your market. You can target them to see your chatbot. So this is one way of driving traffic to chatbots. And once people are lured to chatbot, they are also like hypnotized. People love conversational chatbot. So account list, if you are going to be doing account-based marketing, you can upload about 1,000 accounts. Accounts refers to company accounts or company accounts. You can upload company accounts up to 1,000 accounts, a maximum of 300,000 accounts. It involves you to know the name of the company and the domain name of the company. You see, this is where whose record is very, very important. And you have access to it anyway, right now, for just 47 valuable assets. Now look at it. How will you be able to compile 1,000 names and know their domain name, except from whose record? Or if you want to go as far as 300,000, how will you be able to do it? It is through whose record. From the cleaning of the whose record, you'll be able to separate company name and domain name and discard the rest. You don't need email or telephone number and so on. You will upload this one to LinkedIn for audience-based marketing. I say uploaded list audience. So you can see, I have already shown this to you. Where we have the one I shown before is building up to 18 million emails of people. It has reached, this one have reached 11 million, this is 4 million. So if you target these millions of people and expose them to your conversational chatbot, you can take your calculator. We are saying 0.044% of them will see your advertisement, and most likely they will opt in or they will be requesting chatbots from you. This is the premises of this training. I'm just magnifying it. Okay, case study. You will love this one. Leads for LinkedIn conversion chatbots. I'm going to look at the legal loophole 1. When you get hold of my ebook, you will learn so many things that cannot all be revealed here. Some people are so scared about emails or bulk email or big data email. But you are not going to get involved in all of those ones. Simple framework on how to pre-frame your potential connections even before they get to join your LinkedIn connections. This is the first legal loophole. I have built my case up to this point. You have done your research here. You now have access to millions of customer database. So let's say I want all my connections to be from California in USA. I have the records of B2B owners from California. So you will now upload to LinkedIn. LinkedIn allows you to upload their email contacts in order for LinkedIn to send out invitation. So point 2 of step 2, code invitation to connect will be sent out by LinkedIn. LinkedIn send invitation with your profile headline to your prospect. I will show this to you. So if your profile headline is saying, I build chatbot, or I help people to build LinkedIn conversational chatbot, that is what goes out. That is what people will see. And this is what people will be reacting to. They don't react to anything. They are going to only be reacting to, are you able to help them to build their LinkedIn connections? Are you able to help them to increase their business? So, from my experience, 40% of the invitation will respond to you. They will get connected to you immediately. They will accept your cold invitation based on your profile headline. This is loophole number 1. You get the data, you upload to LinkedIn, LinkedIn send out invitation on your behalf. Let's see how the invitations looks like. So here we are. This is how the invitation looks like. This is a sample which I've tested. This is the one I used in the past. How I raise plus 874 rands, South African rand in Forex equity. People were accepting my connections like mad. But I'm no longer promoting that. You can change the headline of your LinkedIn connections at any time. So the current one I'm promoting is, I help businesses build LinkedIn conversion bot using new AI technology. Capture B2B leads. Bam. I point them to where my conversation bot is hosted. I point them to the link where my conversation booth is hosted. So before they even start connecting with me, I have started the pre-framing. Okay. So some of them reading your invitation will go straight to start a conversation with your chatbot. If your list is correct and opting to your email list after being pitched by your chatbot, what I'm trying to say, once LinkedIn send them invitation to connect with me, it looks like this. They go straight to check the chatbot out, and they start interacting with the chatbot. Chatbot is very captivating, and they will say, yes, I need this. They opt in straight from here, even before getting to your LinkedIn connections. So the more traffic you send out as invitation via LinkedIn, the more people are likely going to want your conversational chatbot. So this is just magnifying the area. Hi there, do you have few minutes for a chat? I want to show you how I can help you. So legal loophole 2, you will love this one. LinkedIn send leads to you. You know, we want to build leads, and LinkedIn is telling you, take the leads, and they ask you to start a conversation with them. So when you send out invitation to connect, people who are connecting with you, LinkedIn will send you a message that people want to connect with you. Let's see whether if we can see that. These are people replying. Daniel, please add me to your LinkedIn network. These are the people who want to connect with me. Daniel, start a conversation with your new connection. So when the people whom you have sent invitation to, they have accepted your invitation, LinkedIn will send you a message to start a conversation with them. This is a legal loophole. Here you say, Daniel, start a conversation with new connection. After they have sent invitation and the people we invited, they have accepted, LinkedIn will send notification back to you. Now, if you don't see this notification, then you are losing out. These are qualified leads. These are people who are interested in your business. They are CEOs, they are managing directors, they are vice presidents, they are quality leads. They are on LinkedIn. So you have to start a conversation with them. Let's take example here. This is Bill Hidanson. I hope you can see it. So Bill Hidanson has accepted your invitation. Let's start a conversation. This is where we get stuck. This is where I used to get stuck. What conversation will I start with Bill? It becomes difficult. I don't know what to say. So Your connections have been there, our connections, we have invited them, but we are unable to trigger conversation. But this time around, you use your conversation chatbot to trigger a conversation with them. Of course, LinkedIn will recommend you to send invitation, to start a conversation. Bill, thanks for connecting. Hope you are doing well. That's all. That's where it will end. But now I decided to change this pattern for myself and for the type of invitation I send out. I said instead of using LinkedIn's recommended conversation, we use our own pre-framed message. This is legal loophole too. I am showing to you. You will learn how to do it. But let's see the type of invitation which we send. Sorry, not invitation. Let's look at the type of welcome messages. So I said here, the first message we directly introduce the conversation chatbot. This process can be done manually, but you can also use automation to send this out to all those accepting your invitation to connect. Below is exactly how the message will appear in LinkedIn message boot. Let's try to magnify this aspect so that you can see. I have already prepared message I will send to them. Let's read one. Thank you so much for joining my LinkedIn. Say hi, Catherine. Thank you so much for joining my LinkedIn network. A brief about myself. I work with B2B businesses who wants to develop AI conversational marketing funnel targeting their cold LinkedIn connection. This can boost conversation rate with your cold connections 1000% and even build a huge email list of hot prospects of them for you. Take a look here to see how this works. So here I am referring them back to my conversational chatbot. But what is important is that at the bottom of the message I have an image URL showing my results, and at the bottom I have a description. So this is done with the chatbot. So each time you send the chatbot the URL of the chatbot via LinkedIn as a message, it will display the following meta tag. So the person receiving the email will have this meta tag, and this triggered their interest, of course. So I say link to the chatbot. I include it in my message. Display meta image all to show result, this one, and the page title and description of the conversational chatbot is also shown to them while they are on LinkedIn. So like here we say new LinkedIn conversion bot built with AI technology. Are you finding it difficult to fill your pipeline? Many of them don't reply. I can ask you why they don't reply. Remember, when you send a message via LinkedIn, only 0.4% of them are active. 0.4% of your connection will definitely see this message. And if you are a pro account, that means if you are paying for Sales Navigator, more people will see this. So most probably, like I already explained, only 0.4% of your connection will click on the link in their message box immediately and subscribe to get more information from your chatbot. These are the results. I have removed their email so that you don't go and copy people's email. You can see these are my first. They are hearing my email, non-response, and the rest are automatically subscribed. The source is AP first conversion, and so on. So this is actually moving them to my own database. This is the essence of our being on LinkedIn, to be able to lure our connections to our own database where we can control who received the message, the type of message they receive, how many times we send the message, not LinkedIn. So these are now your assets, and it can only be achieved by using conversational chatbots. Well, assuming you build all your LinkedIn connections, like for example, I have 26,000. We need to download details of the remaining 99.56 of our connections who did not reply immediately. Remember, we said only 0.44% reply. There are about 99.56 who did not reply. You can ask LinkedIn. LinkedIn, like they are very good. They will allow you to download details of your connections without the email ID. Now, how do we fix this? I'm going to show you how to fix this. First of all, we write about 45 different email reminders to them, telling them about the AI conversational marketing chatbot. This is the funnel now. This is the sequence, or this is the pre-framing. We send different 45 messages to them to remind them. But before we send them email, we need to fix this problem. We need to get these emails. We need to fix the missing email. You will also learn different ways to do it, manually or using some form of automation. Well, manually, I'm not going to talk about it here. When you subscribe, when you get my ebook, I will tell you how to get the email manually and push them back into your own database. But you can also fix it with automation. We have some automation. Let's look at this. You will see that the automation itself log me back to LinkedIn and collect their emails, verify that their emails is working fine. Of course, this email is not really the email they use for LinkedIn. This is now their business email. This is the email they read every day. If they get to work, if they get to their office, they open their computer, they go straight to this email. We refer to them as business email. In the afternoon, they read this email. Before they close, they read this email. So we want to be sending not the email they gave to LinkedIn, because this email they gave to LinkedIn, sometimes they don't even open them. So many people have Gmails, different Gmails. I have different 4 accounts of Gmails, which I don't go, I don't look, I don't open them at all. We call them dump emails. But we want to get to them, at their business emails, just like you knock on their door. I will show you how to fix this. Once you fix this, then you are ready to start building or moving them to your conversational chatbot. Lastly, assuming we lure your LinkedIn connection now to start a conversation with you, we are seeing about 60% of them will subscribe to your chatbot, and your chatbot will move them to your database or see your customer relation management system. So let's assume, this is just assumption, but we are doing much than this. All of this will become converted, because at this stage you will now be pre-framing them with different chatbot conversational templates. These templates are already built for you, pre-framed, with the right script that addresses the niche you are into or you are interested in. With your subscription, you have access to so many templates, about 75 of them. You can start building your conversational chatbot and charge from 1,000 to 10,000 for the service. Whatever you want to be charging, it is up to you, and you keep your profit. Okay, this is the service which you will be exposed to if you are a premium subscriber. For dentists, you can use this to book appointment for any other business anyway. This book appointment for doctors, for gym, hair remover, hair salon. There are so many, about 75 of them. They are already designed, pre-framed. All you need to do is to remove or is to configure them to your own use. I will teach you how to do that. We have abundance training how to design templates for chatbots. Full access to free lecture notes on resources. When you subscribe, I will then start teaching you how to monetize what I have just told you, how to raise seed capital. Of course, I'm not going to share that information when you are yet to buy my ebook. For example, if you buy the ebook, you will now have the secret on how to start raising funds from this knowledge which I have shared with you. Okay, this is the end of this part. Let's take a rest from here.